all of us were able to finally look together and see exactly where all of the problems really of the last few years have come from. And that obviously is Janet Jackson's breast. As if none of us had ever seen one before. Almost as a complete shock to all of us. I wasn't so shocked that a breast appeared at the Super Bowl halftime show because I've watched every Super Bowl halftime show. And so I knew that something was always around the corner.
Lewis Black after the 2004 Super Bowl halftime show. And his words are just as relevant today as they were then, although there haven't been any more boobs in the Super Bowl halftime show. And maybe that's why Pepsi has taken their name off of it. You know, I never let my subscription to the Sports Business Journal lapse, Bill. I've got to stay right in there. I've got to know what's going on. I've got to be apprised of what's happening with the movers and shakers in every professional league around the world. And Pepsi is dropping sponsorship of the Super Bowl halftime show after a decade. They're pitching the rights to the halftime show in the $50 million neighborhood. Ooh. And Pepsi says that they will no longer sponsor it. The league is trying to make the halftime show a much bigger deal. They're trying to make it way outside. You know, this year was probably a canary in the coal mine of sorts with the lineup. And they knocked it out of the park, of course. Now, that had nothing to do with the league, had nothing to do with Pepsi. You could thank Dr. Dre for that, since he dumped most of his own money into that. Not most of his money, but what it cost to put on the halftime show was mostly Dr. Dre's money.
And it's an investment. Because then people go, ooh, I would like him to be my doctor. Got a bunch of new clients.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's an ear, nose, and throat guy, from what I understand.
Mostly throat, I believe.
There you go. So, I mean, that was probably the deal that was struck, was they were like, we're not going to have this lineup for the Super Bowl halftime show that he pitched them. And he said, what if I pay for most of it? And they were like, okay, that's fine. We'll sell all the advertisements and you can have,
Bring
whatever.
your friends.
Bring some friends. So the Pepsi will not have their name anymore on it's been the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show for a long, long time.
I can't wait till it's the TurboTax by Inuit halftime show.
Inuit. By Inuit.
Yeah, the Alaskan indigenous people scrounged up $50
They've
million.
been saving up.
They have.
I'm an
Selling
idiot.
that blubber.
Into it.
It's the TurboTax Inuit halftime show. And now with a tribute to the indigenous people of North America.
And the mayor from Hudson's just like, I told you.
Prostitutes. Ice shanty prostitution.
Give me my job back.
They're everywhere. Yeah. So, anyway, congratulations to them. Somebody who did not benefit from the Super Bowl halftime show is this woman, Candace Owens. You know who Candace Owens is?
Yeah, no.
No, I know who she is.
No, she's a black woman who's like
She's an idiot.
Well, she's not an idiot. She's just she's an opportunist. Candace Owens is this black girl that makes MAGA dopes feel like they have a black friend because she was in the tank for Trump, and they figure, hey, I'm not racist because I like Candace Owens. But she was never like she used to be like pretty left-wing back in the day. But again, she's an opportunist. She realized somewhere along the line that there's big money to be made from the right-wing fake outrage machine. That's where all the money is to be made. So that's the direction she moved. And but she mentioned how much she enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show. She tweeted about it was an undeniable night of hip-hop excellence, and her fans did not like that at all.
They're all drug dealers. They're all gangsters. You don't care about that?
Well, I'll tell you what I liked is the complaints were that the show was offensive because it lacked diversity.
Oh, God. Eminem's white.
He took a knee. He's bowing to the black.
That's also a complaint you'll notice is never lodged when the performers are all white. So, but since she's cast her lot with the crazies, like that's what happens. That's what you're going to get back. If you just cast off a tweet, man, that was fantastic. She's not alone in that. A lot of people were like, it's the greatest halftime show, blah, blah, blah. Candace Owens did it, and oh boy, did people get all up in arms with her. Because they hate cancel culture. So you say one thing they don't like I'm a young black woman and I thought the Super Bowl halftime show was fantastic.
Sometimes there's mixed messages.
Snoop Dogg was doing the Crip Walk.
Well, I think that just confused people who like her, because every other time she's making up some nonsense to kind of, make that money. So,
well, yeah, I think a couple of days ago she sent out a tweet that was something like, they shouldn't be worried about what's going on in Iraq. That Biden should be ready to invade Canada to intervene.
That's
there.
what I mean. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just like making things up to gin up the whatever. But yeah, she got a little taste. I'm not sure. I bet she was surprised too. I bet she was surprised to see that level of vitriol
I
pointed at her for just saying, "Hey, that was a great halftime show."
I would be surprised because no one loves rap music more than white people.
Yeah, but not those white people.
No, I would disagree with you there. Even the most countryest redneck white guys,
The most countryest redneck.
the countryest redneck you might meet, and I know this from college. Who a lot of the guys that I knew.
But you're talking about young people.
Okay, point taken. But still, young white men who grew up in the country, they love gangster rap. I don't know what it is. They party.
really do.
They party with it.
Right.
They
Of
smoke
course.
to
But
it.
that's not who was going after her.
But the
It's
older
old
guys
white
don't
men.
It's
operate
old
Twitter.
white people. Yes, they do. What are you talking about? Twitter's not for 25-year-olds anymore. Like, there's a lot of old people on
Facebook
Twitter.
is the domain
Yeah.
of your aunt, and Twitter is now the domain of your other aunt.
But angry old white men get on Twitter and just and they don't even have to be that old, like 40 and up.
Okay.
Like there's for as many of those people that you're talking about that there's a lot that still don't like rap, and they especially don't like gangster rap.
I was surprised because a lot of the music we were blasting in college was like Wiz Khalifa, Kid Cudi, Chief Keef, all this gangster rap or
so you need to
emo rap.
It's
smoke
their
rap.
parents.
But they were racist. These guys, for a fact, I heard the N-word come out of their mouth, and I'm like, you love black music. You love black culture. He's like, I love the music. I'm like, you are the reason why white people got away with stealing black people's music all these years, because you're not for the culture, but you love the music. And now that's separating the art from the artist on another level that I just could not understand. I don't understand how you're racist. And these guys are talking about how they were racially profiled in their music, and you're just like, good song, dude. Listen to this beat.
Meanwhile, Poundcake's over here trying to cross the streams on the daily.
My truck, my beer, my guns.
Say it again.
My truck, my beer, my guns.
Say it again.
My truck, my beer, my guns.
Say it again.
My truck, my beer, my guns.
Say it again.
I'm openly racist. Like it's so buy my music or not, at least you know where I stand.
He's very transparent about it.
I'm the evil that you see.
Alan, could the halftime show now get sponsored by Diet Mug Root Beer? Maybe. Is that still around?
It might be.
That'd be great.
We'll beat this thing, no matter what it is, I'm not letting anything happen to you.
A special home improvement followed by the Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carvey Show.
The Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carvey Show. Yep. Great documentary. Was that Too Funny to Fail?
Too
Is that what
Funny
it's
to
called?
Fail, yeah.
On Hulu. About the days of the Dana Carvey Show. Short-lived. Oh, Britney Spears. I couldn't help but think of Poundcake. I saw that Britney Spears got $15 million in advance to write her tell-all book.
Just behind the Obamas.
This is what people have been waiting for.
It's gonna be a movie.
Who's going to play her? Julia
will.
Garner.
She will.
I don't know,
She'll play-
but let's place bets because I think this will be an easy one.
Ahmad Rashad.
That doesn't make sense. Felicia
Speaking
Rashad.
of professionalism, when is it professional to publicly bash someone who's going through a hard time? Leave Britney alone!
Yeah.
Let's
Boy, that guy really took us all for a spin. That guy now, Chris Crocker, married, 2 kids.
Interesting.
You talk about playing against type. Britney Spears locked down $15 million. I gotta say, and I sound like a broken record, I can't believe people are still making that much money with books.
This book is different.
This is huge.
There's audio different. They're going to stream it.
But people still have to buy the books.
People will buy this book.
This
is like a huge conspiracy that lasted decades.
Understood. I'm just saying, in general, there are people still signing big book deals.
Not
and I'm
big like that. No one's getting 15
I'm not saying they
figure
are.
It out.
She's a unicorn. I'm just saying that the book publishing industry isn't dead.
I'm writing
people
a book.
Huh?
I'm writing a book about being a fish cop.
I'll bite. What's it called?
Mary Santora Fish Cop.
Oh, Fish Cop. Yeah, I thought that was a graphic novel.
Yeah. Either way.
All right. It's going to be very graphic.
Can we put money on which one of her song titles will be the title of the book? Because there's Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman.
Ooh.
There's Lucky.
Lucky. I bet it's going to be Lucky.
But how does her sister have a book out before she does?
She started it before she ended the conservatorship, and that was the problem. That's why people hated Jamie Lynn Spears, because they're like, you're exploiting your sister. She's like, no, she's out of her conservatorship. They're like, no, bitch, you started this book like 16 months ago.
Yeah, you didn't write it in a week.
It just so happens that she ended her conservatorship. You thought she wasn't going to get out, and she wasn't going to be able to use her voice. And so that's why everyone hates her.
Huh.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
Well, get on the
train
I don't
hate her. I don't know anything about her.
Toxic, the Britney Spears story.
Ooh,
Toxic's a good one.
Slave for You?
There's so many of her song titles.
It's almost
that
like
could
she
be
was
used.
telling us the whole time.
Yeah.
How about
Born to Make You Happy?
How about It's Me, bitch?
No.
No?
Born to Make You Happy. I think that's what
That's a good one, too.
There's got to be a play on "Oops, I Did It Again."
It's not going to be.
It's not gonna be
Stronger.
Like
it's not going to be a song title.
Why?
Yes, it will.
It won't. It'll be Britney : My Story. It'll be something classy and succinct.
Yeah, classy and succinct. Britney Spears.
No, this is her way of getting back into the public consciousness in a way that she controls. So if
she's
they
not writing it herself.
She's going to write most of it.
Understood. She's going to be dictating it to someone who will form it into a cohesive narrative.
She'll have a publisher, and the
Simon & Schuster will probably want her to name it after one of her song titles, but I bet she goes with like My Story.
No.
From the bottom of my broken heart.
Because because book titles are like movie posters, right?
Yeah.
You have to explain the whole movie with the one sheet poster. That's why they're all so dumb. You got to get a snapshot of what the whole movie's about so people walk in and jam popcorn in their face. Book titles, they're just looking at the cover. So if it's called Britney Spears Toxic, people are going to think it's some book somebody else wrote about Britney Spears. She's going to have to call it In My Words or My Story or something like that to differentiate from all of aren't there a bunch of unauthorized biographies?
Finding My Voice or something.
There's subtext.
Sure.
That's why I think it would be Born to Make You Happy, and then it's like the biography of, America's biggest pop star.
What I'm saying is that sounds like a book someone else wrote about her, like the unauthorized biography. They're going to need something to...
Britney Spears, I swear I wrote this.
Yeah.
What if it's just a behind-the-scenes tell-all about when she made that movie
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Her pregnant friend falls down the stairs.
Britney Spears.
Brittany Murphy. Isn't she the pregnant one in that movie?
Oh, rip.
Britney Spears,
The
I
other
Want to
Britney.
Go.
Could Chloe Fineman play her in the movie? Because she does an impression of her. She's on SNL, and she does an impression of her all the time. So
how many?
She has suggested, obviously, if you follow her on Instagram, and if you don't, do. She said that she's got a lot of dirt on her family.
Of course she does.
Besides her family, think about all the execs are like shrimping their pants right now. Like, someone did something to her within like the big umbrella company, like the label.
But it's also
they've been messing with her.
It's also pretty easy if you're somebody she like starts dragging in a book.
Now,
it's pretty easy to publicly go, yeah, she's got to sell books. Every time somebody puts something in a book that somebody doesn't like, they go, look, it's all made up. She's got to sell books. She's got to move units, whatever.
Britney is credible now, though. Like, people want to hear what she has to say.
Well, because people already believe what they want to believe. The people who buy this book, yeah, they're going to read it for dirt, but they don't care if it's true or not.
They don't need it to be true. They're coming after her conservator.
But that's my point. They don't need it to be true. They don't care if it's true. So anybody who gets dragged in this book, it's not like their life's going to be over. They're going to be like, yeah, she made up a bunch of stuff because she's trying to sell books.
What if it isn't?
That's why whistleblowers are always disgruntled employees.
Right. What if it isn't an autobiography? What if it is actually she's trying her hand at writing a novel, and it's going to be a Figure It Out, also known as a mystery?
Nope, Figure It Out.
It's going to be called Baby One More Crime.
Okay. Yes.
But Alan,
Leave Benny alone!
I'm into
Yes.
that.
you are such a hypocrite sometimes, Alan.
I'm a hypocrite all the time. Do you know me?
Okay.
Why? How so? Tell me.
Because you were just talking about when I was mentioning the whole alien thing about how someone's not credible, they're disgruntled, that's what they do to sell
I
books.
certainly hope that you're not going down a road that equates science
now-
with Britney Spears'
But
autobiography.
there could be proof. And
She
if there's
is science.
If there's any bigger conspiracy going on.
I'm not saying that there can't be proof. All I'm saying is
But just
you make
something
it
to
sound like
discredit.
anyone who gets dragged in her book, it's game over.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
Because, like you just said, it doesn't have to be true. The readers don't care if it's
No.
true.
This is a
You
different
think-
time.
It's a book.
Kesha out
It
here
doesn't-
scraping
it doesn't-
for relevance.
It doesn't matter what time it is. This is a book.
It's the Time's Up movement.
Please. He's now just throwing words out into the air, and I don't know what relevance they have to the conversation. But
Years ago, you could have used that.
it doesn't matter
Okay.
what she says in the book. By your own admission, right? Doesn't matter because people don't care if it's true. The people who want to read this book, they've already got their minds made up.
They're on her team.
Nobody's getting the Britney Spears book going, finally, now I can form an educated opinion on her situation. Nobody's saying that. That's why they're giving her so much money. They're like, people are going to eat this up. And they're right. People are going to eat it up. It doesn't matter if it's true. Now, I have no reason to believe it won't. Let's say it's all true. She just bleeds on the page. It's all true. Is that going to change her dad's life? No.
Well, here's
gonna
my question.
Because everyone she drags, their official statement's going to be, well, Brittany has her version of the facts,
Yeah.
and we have our we were there.
Allegedly.
Alleged, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be lawsuits and all kinds of crap. Even though you have to get all of the stuff vetted before it even goes to print, because the book publisher doesn't want to get sued. So you have to go to all these people. That's why these tell-all books, they're all vetted. You have to go to the people you're going to talk about in the book and go, can I put this in here?
Yeah.
You have to, or you'll get your ass sued.
She gets $15 million. That's just to write the book, and then she gets a portion of each copy sold.
Usually the
that
way
work?
it works after they recoup the
15 mil.
15 million.
And then she got
That's
it.
her advance or whatever.
Yeah.
There have been people that have been they've had to give their advance back because they didn't come up with a book. Publisher
Wow.
goes, hey, we gave you this money. We gave you $5 million 2 years ago. Where's the book? And they go, well,
I got tired.
or whatever. People have had to give their advance back.
That's crazy. You writing a book?
Who?
You.
No.
You're not going to write a book?
I've talked about
Behind
this.
the mic.
I have
Alan Cox
nothing.
story.
Nobody cares. I'm smart enough to nobody cares. These people are
People
writing
care.
books. They don't care.
People care.
Well, I talked about this a month ago. See that Lanigan book?
Yeah.
It's shorter than the Charles Ramsey book.
Yours could be short. You could do a 4-page book. My hair is nice. I like the mic. Alan
Trust me,
Cox, rock on.
I could do a 300-page book. I ain't going to do one because who cares?
I'll write it for you.
Everything I have to say, I say here.
Me and Cody will just go through old tape and just pick out our favorite sentences, and then we'll put it together.
From the old tapes of Alan Cox.
And that can be your
You're
book.
choosing the guy that doesn't listen to the show that he's on
Yes,
as your partner.
100%. And we're going to call it Out of Context.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
Dude, this is $1 million idea.
if somebody wants to give me $1 million, I'll write a book. I'll crank
No,
something out.
You give me $1 million to do my idea.
That doesn't sound like that's the way that it works.
No, it is.
Hey, listen, God bless Britney Spears. I think that's fantastic that she's getting that big payday. I am just consistently surprised when people sign any kind of big book deal.
Yeah. People read books.
Some people do.
Lots of people do.
Not the way they used to. And I know that you can read them you don't have to go buy a
Kindle
book.
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
you can download them. But,
or audiobooks.
Audiobooks are big.
That's huge. That had a resurgence with all the podcasts. People are like, oh, I can just listen to a book.
Yeah. My wife, all the books she reads, she listens to.
Right.
I can't do that. I got to read a book.
I like to listen to
I can't listen. Okay, anyway, let me break here. If you want to text for something, 35192 to do that. Anywhere you are, you can listen to this program on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan